Hello, welcome back. In this video, I will demonstrate how we can search names of persons from given data. The name of a person can be written in two different formats: first name, middle name, then last name, or last name, first name, then middle name. In this format, first name is the name of the person or the given name, middle name is generally father's name, and last name is surname or family name. When we have data that contains names in any format and the names that we want to search, those could also be in any format. So in this case, how we can apply Google Sheets function to solve the problem, that is what we'll address in this video. So let's get started. Here you can see we have list of persons which I've selected random names. Corresponding each name we have some identifier. Just to understand, in this example, the Aditi is the first name, Musunar is middle name, and Yadav is the last name. If you consider some other example, for example here Rah is the last name, Keval is the first name, and Ambalal is the middle name. Now we have another data of persons which could be in any format: first name, middle name, last name, or last name, first name, middle name. For example, if we consider first record Jain, Devanshu, Nikhil, I want to search this information in the given data, and corresponding to that name I want to find out what is the identifier. If you see the name, so here the format is first name, middle name, last name, whereas the name we are looking for has different format. So here normal lookup or search function will not work. So I'll demonstrate how we can solve the problem. Okay, so in this sheet I have created all possible combinations for each name. So for example, for this case, we don't know name is in FML format or LFM format. So what we do, we try to get name in both the format. So we have first name, middle name, last name, or name in LFM format. Now what we have done here, to understand that, let me remove this record so that we'll be able to understand how we can write the correct solution. Okay, so let us write a solution for the first name, where I know that the name here is in the format first name, middle name, and last name. So what we try to do for this name, we try to get name in LFM format. So to do that, first we split three parts of this name and then we rearrange them in the desired format. So the function is like this. So here I've used split function. Now to understand how split function works, let us write use of split function. So our name is in B2 cell. So I'm going to split the components of that name. I'm going to use split function. I split name present in B2 cell and the delimiter is white space. Okay, so you can see that I'm able to get three parts of the given name. Now what I have to do in order to get this name into LFM format, I have to do the rearrangement. So for example, in this case, this Yadav should come as the first part of the name then Aditi as the second part of the name, that is first name, and Musunar should come as the last part of the name, that is the middle name. So you can see that what exactly we have to write. So you can see it here. I've used split function. I'll get three parts. The output of the split function will be table data. So from that table data, we try to get desired cell value using index function. So you can see here I've used index function. Whatever is the output of the split, from that I'm getting the information from the first row and the third column, because you can see in the output, you can see here in the output, this is the output of the split function, which has one row and three column. So if I want to get this surname, I have to use its location as row number 1, column number 3. If I want to get first name, I have to use row number 1, column number 1. If I want to get this middle name, I have to use row number 1, column number 2. So this is exactly what I'm using in this function. Okay, so you can see here I'm first doing a split operation, so its output will be table data. From there I'm fetching data from row number 1, column number 3, which will give me the third part, that is Yadav. Then I know that the second part in the desired format LFM will be first name. So I know that the first name is present here as the first part. So you can see here that next I am getting cell value from row number 1, column number 1, and same way for the third part I am getting value present at row number 1, column number 2. And between each part I am using this string concatenation operator, ampersand, I'm putting one white space. So when I do this, I'll get name in the LFM format. Now exactly this concept will apply for getting name in FML format. So to easily understand that, let us consider name of person which is already in LFM format, and now we convert this into FML format. So you can easily understand what we have to do. Again, we use a split function. Now here the first name is present as the second part. So first I get the second part using 1, 2. Then I get the middle name which is present as the third part in the original name. And finally I get the surname which is present as the first part in the given name. So in this way we convert name into desired format. Now in order to create all the combinations for each name, we just copy this formula for all other names. In the same way I do it for FML format. So this is our preparation to do the searching. Now let us see how exactly we have to do the search. So for any given name, we are going to search that name in each of these three columns. And obvious the name will be found in any of these three columns. If name is not found, we'll use some value which will not be considered as valid ID value. So that concept we apply here. You can see here, these are the names that we want to search in my data, and these are corresponding ID values for the names. Now it is possible that we may use some name which is not present in the given data. Let me show you what exactly I have to do. So you can see that I am searching this name in the first column. Then again I am searching the same name from the second column. and I search the name in the third column. So basically for given name I try to search the name in three different formats. So in any one format that name will be present. If name is present, I'll get the corresponding ID value. If name is not found in the particular column, I return -1 value. So here you can use any value which is not valid ID value. So here in this case I have taken -1. In case you are having some string as the code, you can use white space as the output. Now let me show you that what exactly we have to do. So you can see here I'm using VLOOKUP, where I'm using virtual range. Now how to use this VLOOKUP we have already seen in our previous video. You can find the link in the top right corner. If I use VLOOKUP, I try to search A2, which is the name of the person, in the range B2 to B. You can see this B2 to B range is this one. So first I'll try to search whether name is present in this column. So that is what I do here. And the second column in the VLOOKUP is my column for the ID value. So my first column is the name, second column is the ID value, and from there if match is present, I want to get the result from the column number 2. And I say that my data is not sorted, so I specify false. Now it is possible that this name may not be present in our B2 column or B2 to B column. If it is not present, I detect it using if error function. If it is not found, I'll return -1. In same way, I search the same name, which is a name present in the A2 cell in the second column in my combination sheet. So I consider C2 to C as the column of the name in FML format. I try to search that name in this column. As you can see here, what I have done, I search in the column C2 to C, and my output column is A2 to A, which contains ID. Again, the formula is almost same, and here also I use if error function. If name is not found, I have to return -1. Same way, I search the name in the third column of my combination sheet. So there I use D2 to D columns. You can see here in D2 to D column, I assume that name is in LFM format. So basically I try to search the name in all three possibilities. One is the name which is as it is in our original data. Then I try to search name in with the assumption then what will be the name if it is in the FML format. Then I try to search name in LFM format. Okay, so since I have taken if name is not present, I consider -1 value. Then I consider maximum of these three, which will give me the ID value of the corresponding name. Now you can see that Jain Devanshu Nikhil is really present here, but the format is different. Even though format is different, I am able to find out corresponding ID value. Let us see some other name. For example, Jitendra Natwar Chaudhary. So here Jitendra is the first name, Natwar is middle name, Chaudhary is the surname or last name. Let us see that this name is present in our data. Yes, it is present, but the format is different. So basically what I am doing in the combinations, I'll be able to generate name in all possible formats, and I do the searching from these three formats and I'll get the result. We have other name which is not present, so in this case I'll get -1, -1, -1 in all these three different representations. The return value will be -1, so that indicates that this name is not present. Okay, so in this way we can apply Google Sheet functions. So basically I've used split function and VLOOKUP to do the searching of name, where the data name could be in any format, FML format, LFM format, and still you'll be able to find the result. Now the question is why we do this. So it is possible that the first data you may get via one process, and the name that you want to search, for example in this case you have followed some other process. So it is possible that the persons who are submitting data, they have not respected any specific format. So they could have written names in either FML format or LFM format. And for the second process also they can use any format. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any new content. Thank you.